So I'm hoping to make this a very short video, but this is more to vent a frustration. So because of the commonly held myth of D.I.D being too rare or so rare, despite it not really being any rarer than having red hair is, only about 1% of people have red hair, but you still see people with red hair about because it's still a lot of people. In the same way, you could know someone with D.I.D and not even know it, or they could not even know it because of how the disability works. But essentially, in order to maintain employment in this society, we have to fully mask our plurality, which means that you have to try and appear as a singlet or someone who doesn't have multiple personalities. You have to mask your plurality in order to maintain employment. And because I am not able to do that long term, that is a significant barrier to me maintaining employment aside from my other disabilities. And I know this is not just an issue that affects me, but that there are many other D.I.D systems out there who cannot maintain employment in the USA because we have to mask our disability to work, because they don't accept you otherwise. They will judge you and mock you and fire you if you are displaying your natural plurality and who you are as someone who has multiple personalities. So you have to pick the personality who's able to mask, who's a social personality, so one of the hosts or co-hosts, and they have to be the one working. And then when they can't anymore, when they burn out inevitably from masking, then you would quit because you're not able to do that long term. And it's because of this that a lot of us end up on SSI, either for our D.I.D or for other disabilities, or we just end up in poverty, homeless, on drugs, or institutionalized or jailed because we can't work in this society. And I'm making this video because it's genuinely really frustrating how the stigma and the bias around D.I.D prevents people living with D.I.D from working. There are exceptions, like I'm sure there's D.I.D systems out there who are able to maintain employment and are able to work, but I would say they are the exception, not the rule or default. I would say probably most of us can't work because in order to work in this society, you have to mask. You have to mask your plurality. You have to mask your disabilities because most environments are not going to accept you or hire you or not going to keep you if you are noticeably disabled. If you are noticeably disabled, then you essentially aren't able to do that with being a D.I.D system because of the stigma and bias and, frankly, hatred and ignorance around D.I.D and D.I.D systems.